In this video, we are going to learn about string in Python. We will go over how to use different methods for string. How can we cast when you assign values to the string? How can you concatenate? And how can we leverage or use string as an array? So I have a sample code written to explain the Python string concepts for various areas, right? As I mentioned earlier. So we will start with how to use the string. Okay. So in this file, I've started with the hashtag that's used to comment in Python. And I have created a variable s and assigned a world. So in Python, you can use either double quotes or single quotes to assign the value for string. And you can print by passing the variable. Now let's talk about casting. In Python, when you use different type of data types, it's important to know that you cannot assign a string to an integer or integer to a string. If you have to go across data types, then you have to use the mechanism called casting. So in this example, I'm using this function str and passing the value, and by using this str function or the method, it does the casting or it converts the value you're passing into a string and assign it to the variable on the left. Okay. Similarly, if you see str, if I pass a number, the number will be converted into string and it will be assigned to this value s. When you print, you can see the difference. Similarly, if you have float or decimal value, you can use str to do the casting. So I'm going to run this sample code and walk through step by step so that you can see the print statement and the value. Okay. So to run the code, we have two ways to run the code in Python. One simple way is to press this button run, which will run the entire program in one stretch, or you can run step by step using the debug method. So I will make a separate video how to use the debug, but just for this example, I'm still going to leverage or use this debug mechanism to run and show step by step. Okay, let's click this button. So when I click the debugger base run method, it will start the execution from the top and it will stop when there is a breakpoint, or you see in the red bubble, that's where the execution will stop. So I put this breakpoint so that I can control in which place I can start the execution. Okay. I'll do a detailed video about the debugging later. So for now, we'll just walk through the example. So I'm going to switch to the console tab window so that we can see the output. I'm going to run each line step by step. So for that, I'm going to use this button or F8 that we can use to run step by step in the PyCharm. So I'm running now. Let's click. So what that means is this blue line shows where the current execution is awaiting. At this point, it has assigned the world to S, and it's going to print now. You can see the world. Now I'm going to continue to run and show the difference, or I mean, actually there's no difference. Like when you assign the value with double quotes or single quotes in Python, it's considered the same. Now for the casting, you can see, so I'm assigning first string hello, and then I'm overriding with the number 100, and I'm printing. So it's printing without any error because we have done the casting, and S contains 100 is actually not number 100, it's just string 100. Now I'm going to do the similar thing for the float. You can see here 5.46. Okay. There are situations in Python where you may want to assign a string value, but you want it to be multi-line, right? If you have multi-line string situation, you could use uh, 3 quotes for multi-line string values. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 3 double quotes in the begin and the end, and that's how you assign a multi-line string value. Print. Okay, you can say hello world story time. It prints in the multi-line the way you have assigned. Okay, all right, now let's talk about methods that are available in Python and also methods that are part of the string. Okay, so first method is len, L-E-N. This method allows you to find the length of the string. It's very commonly used in the program. So I'm assigning the s with the value hello, and let's see what's the length. It says 5. That's right. Its length is 5. Okay. So remember the len length. It's a very commonly used method. Also want to everyone know that in Python, string is treated as an array of characters. So you can access the characters in a string variable by using the index position. So in this example, I have assigned a hello. It's a string of 5 characters. So I can access the character by using the position. In Python, the position or the index starts with 0. So 0th position will refer to the H, and the 4th position actually will refer to the O. Okay, so let's check that. S equal to hello, print S of 0. That means you're accessing the 0th character in the string array, S. You can see H here. Okay. You can also access a range of characters in an array using the starting and ending position. So in this example, S1 to 4. So from the 1 to the 4th position. ELL from the hello. It's printing ELL because, as I said, it's the index starts with 0. So 1 is going to be E, and then 4th is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So until then, it prints. So it's not inclusive of the 4th, it's until 4th, right? If you don't know the end number, you can also or the beginning number, you can also use you don't have to say the beginning or the end. You can simply leave it empty, colon, and you can specify the ending position like this. So now it prints, it starts from the beginning and goes until the 3rd character. So you get HEL. Similarly, you can start with a particular position like 1, and you can say go all the way to the end. So it started with E and went all the way to the end, ELLO. Okay. There is also a concept of negative index where you don't know the length, but let's say you just want to print the string without the last character. So in this case, in the hello, you strip off the last character and then you just print the first 4 characters. It helps. Okay, so this could come handy because sometimes you don't want the last letter or last 2 letters, then you can simply use the negative index mechanism. Okay, now let's talk about the methods in the string. The commonly used methods are uppercase and lowercase conversion. So let's say you have variable s with the world. You can convert that by using this method s.upper. It converts the value to the world. When it converts, you can print it or you can assign to another variable as well. Similarly, you can convert into lowercase using this method s.lower. So you can see the hello converted into lowercase. In string, we often have a situation to combine the strings, more than one string, or add, or commonly used term, it's called concatenation. So if let's say you have a string s1 with hello, s2 with world, you want to combine that, you can say s1 plus s2, and you can assign the outcome to the s3. So in this case, this addition is allowed because both are string, so there's no confusion about uh, combining int with string. So if you have to do such thing, then you have to do the casting first. So S3 will have a hello world. Let's print. But there's no space between it because we're simply adding the two values. It doesn't have any space. So that's why you see hello world combined with no space. If you want space, you could add in between by saying s3 equal to s1 plus space plus s2, and you can print that. All right. Now let's talk about escape characters. So you can use the backslash to escape the characters like double quotes. I'll show you what it means. Okay, so this is the hello world with the space from the previous print. And now what we're going to do is we're going to print by using this escape character. By using the escape character, we are saying I want the quotes to be part of the string, or I want the quotes to be part of the output. So I can put the escape. If you don't put the escape character, then Python is going to get confused. It's going to think hello starts here and ends here, and it doesn't know what this JSON, why is it even there? Because it will think that beginning of the quotes and the ending of the code. We don't want to say it's ending of the code, rather we want to say it's part of the value. So that's why you have to use this backslash to indicate you're going to escape, which means don't treat it like a beginner code or ending code. Consider that as a character to be included in the variable. Okay, and that's what you see, a hello JSON. So this is a way to run the code in a breakpoint or debug mode, and I can also run in the regular mode, so you can see together. So that's the overview of string. So just to recap, we talked about how to assign the values with double quotes, single quotes. We talked about how to do the casting, how to do the multi-line assignments using pre-quotes. How can we leverage the len method to find the length? How to use the string as an array and access the characters using the indexes. We talked about how to convert the values of a string using upper method or lower method. And we can combine the strings that are allowed and how to escape quotes using the escape character. Okay, you can try out some exercises based on the information we have discussed today. With that, thank you.